Foxcroft Academy Ponies will be hosting and taking on the visiting Central Red Devils. Foxcroft Academy comes into today's action at 5-5, where the Red Devils come in at 6-3. My name is Zach White. Today I'm joined by Mark Callan as my commentary partner and producer for today's action, and Emma Callan doing the camera work. Mark, two teams that have already faced each other once this season. That one went the way of the Red Devils, but today it's anyone's game. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, just excited to be out here, Zach. I mean, we're late in the season, but this is our first broadcast out of 5. We're seeing games here and 3 this week, and it should be a lot of fun. And this is about the time of year where the teams are kind of getting the momentum going into the playoffs. Regular season ends a week Wednesday, and then the playoffs playing start that weekend fall, and then we're right into the middle of the playoffs. And so, as I said, very important for these teams to get going, get some momentum. Both teams have a busy week. Central, they have Bucksport tomorrow, and then they're going to have a doubleheader. We just heard on Friday with Orlo and George Stevens, a double header there. Foxcroft has a single game on tomorrow against Old Town, tough Old Town team, and then they have a doubleheader at Fairview on Saturday. So again, very important to get some momentum going for both these teams.
Absolutely, lots of baseball action coming up this week, and a lot of baseball action we're going to see out here today. But as I mentioned a minute ago, these two teams have already faced off against each other once before this season. That matchup, as I mentioned, went the way of the Central Red Devils. They came away the victory in that one, 10-6. Scott Ferry, who is going to be pitching in today's action, he had a day then. He was pitching that game as well, and he went 3 for 4, a home run and 4 RBIs in that bit of action. So really set the tone both at the plate and pitching to it. I mean, he had a great game there, and on the mound again today. Is it going to be more of the same, or are we going to see the Foxcroft Academy opponent be able to step up to the plate and knock them around a little bit?
Well, I mean, they're obviously hoping they can. Foxcroft's hoping they can get some home magic going here on their home field and get something going. They got a kind of a pesky lineup. Their number 2 hitter is a freshman that. We saw his average up there earlier, and a very solid player, Jaden Richard, for them. And on the other side, which you're going to get to, I'm sure, in a second, is their number 2 hitters. They're probably best average hitter also for the Red Devils.
Yeah, great transition. Let's just talk about it. Some of the notable players I had written down and we're looking at coming into this one. Start off with the Central Red Devils. You got the guy I've been talking about a little bit so far, Scott Ferry, 375 season average, and we just talked about what he can do on the mound. He's a big mound presence, home run, big run last time against these guys, 4 RBIs in the last bit of action on the mound and at the plate. I expect this guy, Scott Ferry, to have a big day today, or at least make some noise. And then that man you were just talking about a moment ago, Noah Keppel. Believe it or not, this is not a false stat. He's coming into this one hitting .519 average on the season, 14 hits, 8 runs. Just an impressive numbers right there. Anytime you see an average up into the 500s, you start to not believe it, but it is true. Hitting .519 on the year, and so expect to see him get on base with not only the bat, but he's going to be able to draw walks with that much of a plate presence. So what he does is going to be pretty impressive at the dish today. But last notable player I have written down, just some of the players to watch. There's going to be many. The Central Red Devils like to hit up and down their lineup. But Hunter Weeks also coming into this one, hitting .321 on the season, 9 hits, 11 runs, 9 RBIs, but also 9 stolen bases. So a lot of speed out there on the base paths. Can really get it done a multitude of ways, and expect the Central Red Devils with those 3 players and the rest of the team they got behind him. Simon Allen, we're going to hear his name a lot tonight as well, but just a fantastic hitting team, really top to bottom. They play pretty well.
Yeah, you see an average of .519. We kind of asked Coach Pete Speed before the game, is that real? I mean, we believed him. He sent us to us early today, but we just had to confirm that to make sure we weren't seeing things.
Yeah, and seeing is believing, and hopefully we get to see a little bit of that in action today. I'm excited for what we're going to see today. But we talked a little bit ago about the Central Red Devils and a couple players to watch for them. Let's talk about the other side, the Foxcroft Academy Ponies. Mark, you were touching on this a few moments ago, but Jaden Richards coming into this game in .391 on the season, 9 hits, 5 runs, 6 RBIs. So he's really been able to get it done and do a lot of positive things for the team. You also got Donnie Poole hitting in the 9 spot, but a .391 average on the season as well, 9 hits, 4 runs, and RBI. Anthony Smith, who's going to be on the mound today, the 3rd player I have to watch out for, .233 average, and big task guard on the mound today, going up against this lineup.
Yeah, definitely. This Central lineup is. You mentioned the players, so it's going to be a tough task for Smith, but I'm sure he's up to the task.
Absolutely, he is. And a couple of keys for Foxcroft is limit errors, back up your pitcher, because against a great hitting team, as the Red Devils are, you really got to give your pitcher as much support as possible. And on that same note, you got to be able to pitch well. You can't beat yourself out here. You got to force them to do it, and they can do it. They've proven that. The Red Devils have, with impressive averages top to bottom. But pitch well, limit those errors, and back up your pitcher. Also, try to be aggressive early. Scott Ferry, we talked about him at the plate quite a bit, but he's also a great pitcher coming into today's action, only having an ERA on the mound of 2.3 with 16 strikeouts, only 6 base on balls allowed for the season. So be aggressive early. Try to get him out of this one early and see if you can see a different arm in there. For Central, Scott Ferry on the mound and at the plate. This team's really solid top to bottom, as I've mentioned multiple times, but he's really going to set the tone. If he can keep that ERA where it is right now, only allowing about 2 to 3 runs a game, it's going to be really tough to beat this Central Red Devil team. And get the bats going early. I mean, if you can get some solid approaches at the plate, as you do, it's just going to be more of the same for you. And do what you do. It's on the same note. Just be aggressive early.
I think what we're going to do now, Zach, real quick, is take a commercial break, and we'll be back ready for the first pitch.
Buying, selling, or refinancing a property? Gateway Title provides title, escrow, and closing services throughout the entire state of Maine. Let our team of experienced real estate professionals handle your transaction.
We can travel to bring the closing to you.
Residential, commercial, or land, we do it all. We've been helping Maine people for over 30 years and would love to work with you. Gateway, the right way. We'll see you at the closing table.
Sluggers baseball and softball training offers a variety of classes and leagues to expose you to a wider view of the game. Sluggers leads the way in baseball and softball training with industry-leading technology such as HitTrax that combines a traditional batting cage experience with modern analytics, all from the virtual diamond of your favorite ballpark. Check out Sluggers today on Facebook, schedule online, or call 207-951-2250 to start your journey with the best training staff around. Excellence starts at Sluggers.
I truly believe that if you're gonna do something better, you gotta start by innovating. Think about how to solve for a customer problem in a way that's quicker, different, and more customer-centric. The bank's promise has been fundamentally the same from the beginning till now, and that's ensuring that all that we do is making the lives of our employees, our customers, and the communities better. And it's their better, not what's defined as our better.
Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center is a practice that specializes in treating a variety of different conditions. We treat patients daily who suffer from chronic lower back and neck pain, headaches, repetitive stress disorders, work injuries, sports injuries, and more. Dr. Rick and our entire team at Ames Chiropractic are excited to welcome you to our
busy with places to go, things to do, people to see. Let Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union make managing your money easy with mobile services. Bill pay, Apple Pay, mobile deposit, and more. We're as close as your phone. Now serving all of Piscataquis, Penobscot, and Somerset counties. Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union. Personal service, shared value. MHFCU.com.
Welcome back here to Foxcroft Academy. We prepare for the opening pitch here. You just heard from some of our sponsors. Just quickly want to mention a few more. Black Bear Crane, Bangor Sports Collectibles, Gateway Title Maine, Rouse Garage, Herring Brothers Meats, and really want to thank them, Sluggers as well. Opening pitch thrown in for a strike, and here we go, Mark.
Go over the lineup real quick for Central. Tibbetts, as you see, leading off. He's the second baseman. Keppel, Noah Keppel at shortstop, batting second. Hunter Weeks batting third. Scott Ferry, the pitcher, batting fourth. Bryce Burns, third baseman, batting fifth. Simon Allen, center fielder, batting sixth. Benjamin Speed, the catcher, batting seventh. Malachi Miller, the first baseman, batting eighth. And Bryant's the DH, and he's batting ninth.
There's a lineup there. We have a 1-1 count right now to Tibbetts. That one's fouled away. A little bit of a difference if you haven't been able to come out and catch a baseball game yourself or see one live streamed. You'll notice that the umpire is actually not behind the plate. He is behind the pitcher. Obviously, one of the health and safety protocol measures put in place coming into the season. So, noticeable change you'll see out there. That one's driven center field. Chance for it. Well hit, but that's going to be caught for a fly out right there. A loud start to the game, but well played out there in the outfield.
Yeah, and you mentioned behind the pitcher there. You know, they've done a great job, best they can. But you know, sometimes the ball down the line. I was at a game earlier this season at Dexter, and you know, it's tough to see from the middle of the field. And you know, but hopefully maybe by the postseason that'll be changed back.
Yeah, pros and cons to everything, but all in the name of safety. As we approach some bit of normalcy, excited to be able to be out here. Beautiful day of baseball. That ball played foul. Nice play. So play over there by the coach at third base. So this is Noah Keppel coming into this one, hitting .519 on the season. So expect some aggressive swings out of him. And interesting how Smith approaches this at bat.
Yeah, hitting over 500 definitely going to be noticed.
Well, that actually I think might have caught his foot. It did. Keppel's going to take the slow walk to first. Hit by pitch there, right off the looked like the inside part of his foot. And first base runner of the day reaches first with a hit by pitch.
Let's see if they get running here. Keppel definitely has that capability.
Yeah, with him on base and Weeks at the plate, we'll see if there's a move here. Ball came a little high, but it's still called for the strike there. Nice spot there for Smith. Smith thus far, 7 pitches so far in the opening. Ball played behind us, up and away. Foul ball there.
No softball game today. Doesn't affect anything over there.
That it does not. You might be able to notice on camera. Not sure if you can catch it, but construction of the Foxcroft Academy Fieldhouse in the background is we're going to have Keppel taking off towards second, throw high and away. And Keppel's going to get up to second on the stolen base there.
Now in scoring position for Weeks, who, number 3 or 4 hitters for the Red Devils have lined for 19 RBI, so definitely a threat here.
Also took away the double play opportunity there. You know you're going to have 2 swings at it. I think that was another hit by pitch. That one off the elbow, it looked like. So Smith maybe a little bit rattled here in the early going. Trying to settle in against these quality hitters of the Red Devils. So far, both base runners today have reached base on a hit by pitch. See how Smith answers the call here with Big Scott Ferry coming into the dish. First pitch thrown in for a strike there. Beautiful afternoon for baseball today, Mark.
Sure is. Great to be out here. 70 degrees. Can't ask for anything better.
Really can't. That one just a tad bit on the outside edge. Part of what makes a great hitter great is patience at the plate. Taking your time and finding what you want with a couple ducks on the pond, as they like to call it. Ferry took a swing at that one. That's going to be fouled back. Good cut on that pitch, though. RBI opportunity early on in this one. 1 out on the inning. When Tibbetts fly out to center. That pitch off the plate. 2-2 the count here. This is going to be the 15th pitch of the inning thus far. Very deep drive. That's going to be center fielder has a chance for it. Good play on it. See if there's a tag up. Not going. That it was. Topolsky. Get some early action there in center field. Both outs on the inning going his way.
There was a change in the Ponies lineup. He is still in center. Day is now second base.
Now it's going to be Burns at the plate. Still an RBI opportunity. Early opportunity to score a run here, still in the top of the first inning. Thank you for joining us here on Eastern Maine Sports. That one came in a touch high. Called for a ball. As Mark mentioned, if you were able to join us at the beginning of the broadcast, both these teams have a busy week, and this is really getting it all started. Excited to be here, and that one's fouled back as well. Excited to be here and start that week off with Eastern Maine Sports Media.
A little change in Central focus on their schedule. The game that was going to be Thursday is now going to be Friday as part of a double header. Now they're going to play Oro and Georgetown. 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock starts there at Central High School.
Another foul ball in right there. Almost caught by the catcher, but
Picking up a little bit. Foxcroft Academy mentioned that field house. That's going to be something else.
absolutely it is. Like I was trying to say earlier, I'm not sure if it picks up on camera, but big things happening here at Foxcroft Academy, that field house being one of them. It's going to be a premier location for sports for years to come. That one played to the shortstop. Line drive caught there.
That was a good play. The runner was right in front of him. Very good play there by Richard.
That it was, and that's how the inning is going to end. We'll be right back and join you for the bottom of the first.
Busy with places to go, things to do, people to see. Let Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union make managing your money easy with mobile services, bill pay, Apple Pay, mobile deposit, and more. We're as close as your phone. Now serving all of Piscataquis, Penobscot, and Somerset counties. Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union. Personal service, shared value. MHFCU.com.
Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center is a practice that specializes in treating a variety of different conditions. We treat patients daily who suffer from chronic lower back and neck pain, headaches, repetitive stress disorders, work injuries, sports injuries, and more. Dr. Rick and our entire team at Ames Chiropractic are excited to welcome you to our brand new Bangor office located at 43 Longview Drive, right behind Olive Garden. Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center, helping you to naturally feel and be your very best.
Welcome back to Foxcroft Academy as we prepare for the bottom of the first. The first inning of action saw 2 runners on base, both by
way of hit by pitch, and we'll see
what
the Ponies offense can spark up here this
bottom half of the inning. Let's go down their lineup. You got Higgins, Polsky, who had a lot of action at the top of the first there. He's playing center field. Judge Richard in the final out of that inning at shortstop. Luke Stedman at third. Baron Knapp over at first. Anthony Smith is on the mound today. Chase Higgins out in left. And playing second is Day, but hitting for him is going to be Noah Lamb, as a matter of fact. Caruso behind the plate and Donnie Poole out in right field. So that's the lineup for you on the Pony side.
Yeah, a couple of things you mentioned before the game was Richard, number 2 hitter, the freshman. He has a solid average there, and then number 9 hitter. So they got, from the bottom of the lineup, you got some production too. He's Poole is one of the top hitters also.
That they do. Really quickly, just heard from a couple of our sponsors. Want to read off one more for you. Black Bear Crane, the name and title sponsor of our broadcast today. Black Bear Crane is a family owned and operated crane and moving service provider located in Plymouth, covering the state of Maine with cranes from 27 to 240 tons, and roof trusses, HVAC units, steel and precast erection, and modular home and communications equipment. Call 977-BEAR today. There's that.
Polsky steps up to the dish. We're ready to start this one. Start this half of the inning, I should say.
Barry fires the first pitch in for a ball there.
I think for Coach Speed, Ferry is one of the bases. I think Simon Allen is another one. 6 Allen gets a big game he wins last week. That's what you do.
Absolutely. And actually, last time these 2 clubs faced off, it was Ferry on the mound and Simon Allen actually closing that one out. Nation approach here thus far. No swing on this side. See what Topolsky can fire away here. That one played out to right field in the first hit of the game. Nice single played out to right by Topolsky, and that's how he's going to start the action for the Ponies in this one. That right field line might be a little bit difficult to see from our vantage point, but solid play out there. Good job by
good piece of hitting there, as you said. No swings on the first 4 pitches. He took the 5th one and went with the pitch and got the leadoff single for the Ponies.
That one ends up behind the catch on the wild pitch. Polsky gets the free advance over to second base.
This is kind of what you want if you're the Ponies, and Coach Scott Pagnon is running a scoring position with Richard out.
Richard, one of the better hitters on the squad as well.
Fly ball, that's going to end up behind the action, though.
And a play, no transfer. That one will be caught.
That was a big advance there for the Ponies, getting the runner up to second, taking away the force at second. Scoring position early. That one's fouled up again. Mark Callan might be able to make a play on that one.
If I don't.
That would have been 15. Good bat, though. Good battle bowling at the plate all the same. Richards in the RBI opportunity here. That one's sent out to right. A little hard to see from our vantage point. That's caught. Runners are going to advance to third, though. He's going to round the base. And Richard with a sack fly out to right field.
Good piece of hitting there.
Oh, they're actually going to say, yeah, they're going to say that one foul. See, that's one of the issues with us.
Yeah, we can't. You can't see over there. We can't see over there either.
Yeah, this right field line is going to be difficult for us today. It looked exactly like how I called it for us. Understandably, we're back at the plate. And Richards with another opportunity. Good battle at the plate so far. That one's going to be played over the second baseman. Chance on it there. Go to first. Polsky's going to round the base. Nice play by those Tibbetts out there at second. Nice job by him. And Richards, you got the job done. Advance the runner over to third.
Now they got the 3-4 hitters up, Stedman and Knapp with a chance to get that run home and get ahead early here.
That they do. First pitch laid in for a ball there. Stedman, big opportunity here. That one's played out to left. It's going to fall. That's going to be our first run of the game off the bat from Stedman. Topolsky crosses the plate. It's a 1-run lead early on here for the Foxcroft Academy Ponies.
Good piece of hitting there. Pulled that ball right down to left field, and in comes Topolsky to give the Ponies a 1-0 lead. Some sound issues. I think we're fixed them now. Zach is first broadcast of our spring season, and we'll get there. And 3-game week coming up, 5 games in 2 weeks, and then we have the playoffs.
That we do, and we always appreciate people being a little patient. As you know, it is our first broadcast in a little while. Feel free to let us know anytime there's an issue like that. We're more than willing to hear from you. That one played out to center field. Good swing there. Going to be caught, though.
And the
loud contact.
Ponies are getting a lot of good contact here early on. They had 2 hits. Plus, Richard drilled one down the right field line that went foul, and now Knapp drilled one to center. So getting some good swings here early.
And even Richard being able to advance that runner over to third base on the hit to second. It played a crucial role. Smith now at the plate. Had a solid first inning of work. Did hit the 2 batters, but didn't allow any hits and ultimately no damage done. That one's going to be played foul out behind us. Opportunity for Smith here to do some damage and help himself.
Another steal opportunity here. Not going to make it all the way out there, as that's going to be a stolen base. And Stedman advances to second on the stolen base there. Wind starting to rip across the field now. That wind going right to left from our vantage point. Ball hit up the middle. Good play by the shortstop over there. Going to require a strong throw. Not rallied up. That's going to get Stedman across the plate, and Smith over to second on the error, the throwing error there.
Yeah, the throw was low, and it couldn't be dug out, so error on the shortstop, and the Ponies take advantage to get that unearned run.
Take him however you can get him if you're Smith there. Provided solid contact. We're going to have an early mound visit here. Talk things over as early on here, Foxcroft Academy Ponies putting up some runs, doing what they needed to do. One of the key points I mentioned coming into this is be aggressive early, and they've done just that.
Yeah, and exactly, and and take advantage of that mistake. You got to do that, and they did there, scored a run, and now they got that runner on second. Coach Speed out there at the mound, talking to his infielders.
Yeah, I'm going to try to settle everyone down. It's still really early in this one. A lot of baseball still yet to be played, but with a runner on second, another potential opportunity here. Higgins going to step up, chance to help out the offense even more. Batting from the left side here. Good cut, but nice speed on that pitch by Ferry. Looks like Coach Speed might have rallied the troops a little bit on that one.
Yeah, so Chase Higgins now the DH in this one. He was originally the second baseman. Yeah, I think Coach Speed just wanted to get out there and kind of settle things down.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get flustered after a mistake like that. And, as we mentioned a few times, Foxcroft's getting some good swings here.
That they are. And if you're on the central side, usually that's your forte, and that's how you like to play the game. So there's going to be a lot of runs on either side of this game. It's starting off to feel that way, at least. A pitch out on the outside. But, coming into this one, Ferry doesn't allow a lot of runs. 21 innings of work, a 2.3 ERA on the season.
Right, and now he's only allowed one earned this inning, and any run that scores, because that would have been the third out, is unearned. So he's got to kind of limit the damage now, and he's, as I said, he's one of Coach Speed's aces, and that's what he needs him to do at this point.
Yeah, I got to try to escape this one with the damage done on the board being all there is, and there's an opportunity there. That ball played high up, 2 outs. A little bit of confusion. It's going to fall. I'm not quite sure if I can call that an error. It just looked like there was some confusion in the outfield.
I'm calling that a hit, Zach. It was a tough play. I mean, a play that Coach Speed and Red Devils will tell you they should have made, but it kind of landed in between two guys, and kind of a blue pit there. Good spot there for Higgins, and he got an RBI blue pit.
That was one of those situations where Tibbetts had the early read on it, and it drifted a little bit towards that center fielder and the right fielder, all converged, and it was one of those you got it, I got it, no one's got it. And it fell for a hit. And running with 2 outs, that's an easy RBI right there.
Yeah.
Scoreboard in center says 2-0, but error over at third base now. A little bit of a tough play, but
definitely a play that could have been made and probably should have been made. So error there. So second error of the inning, and another play, as you said, they're kind of bloop. So Central's defense letting them down here early.
That they are, but still, ton of game left to be played, and it is 3-0 early on here, so some noise being made early on, but chance to do more damage if you're the Ponies. Runner on second and first here. It's going to be Caruso. Going to try to keep this momentum going. That one laid in for a strike. You just can't have mistakes like that at this point in the game, the way the momentum is starting to feel. You got to build some confidence here in this first inning.
Yeah, no doubt, and big here to get out of this without any more.
Two outs on the inning. Part of the reason why that hit was so crucial is there was a 2-out play, but that one looks like it's going to be played out to right. Can't tell from our angle. I'm not sure if that was an error or not.
It dropped. It was down the line, so we're going to give it a single there with an RBI, and the Ponies just keep on swinging.
They keep adding and adding. Mark, good job getting the view of that one. As we mentioned moments ago, Not the greatest view angle from our perspective here. And just like that, we're up to a 4-0 score here in the Ponies in the bottom of the first.
And he's going to go to second. They're going to let him have that with a runner at third.
Yep. Caruso advances to second. Standing up right there, so big RBI spot. Chance to add maybe 1-2 more here. That pitch laid in a little too high.
You know things are going well when everybody gets to bat in the first inning.
Yeah, that's usually a sign of good things to come. And they are definitely being aggressive early. That one laid down the line, but it's going to drift foul. So errors and aggression, kind of the early story in this one, at least on the Pony side. Not committing errors and being the benefactor of a couple on the other side. Pick it up again right there. That might have played a role in that fly ball. That one's going to go out to right field again. That's going to drop. Chance for more RBIs here. Ball thrown in. Play at the plate. Going to be out there, though.
But they got
good relay to end the damage there, but the Ponies put up a 5 spot in their half of the inning.
Quite an inning from them, that's for sure.
That it was, and with that, we're going to send it to a quick commercial break and rejoin you for the second.
We're busy with places to go, things to do, people to see. Let Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union make managing your money easy with mobile services, bill pay, Apple Pay, mobile deposit, and more. We're as close as your phone. Now serving all of Piscataquis, Penobscot, and Somerset counties. Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union. Personal service, shared value. MHFCU.com.
I truly believe that if you're going to do something better, you got to start by innovating. Think about how to solve for a customer problem in a way that's quicker, different, and more customer-centric. The bank's promise has been fundamentally the same from the beginning till now, and that's ensuring that all that we do is making the lives of our employees, our customers, and the communities better. And it's their better, not what's defined as our better.
Welcome back here at Foxcroft Academy. Quite the first inning of work we saw there after the Ponies came out. You know, Smith hit a couple of batters there in the first inning of action, but they settled down, got their 3 outs, and they awoke at the plate. They were on the beneficial side of some errors on the from the Red Devils, but you know they put the bat to the ball and they put the ball in play, and you know they saw the benefits. It's 5-0 here heading into the second inning of work.
Yeah, so 4 unearned runs there. So Ferry only gave 1 earned run, but the Ponies took advantage of the situation. That error happened, would have been the 3rd out of the inning, and then you know they got a few more hits after that. They got 5 hits in that inning. So yes, they made an error. Yes, they took advantage of some things, but they also got 5 hits in that inning and really took advantage of things.
Yeah, that they did, and give them credit where credit is due. And we apologize about the wind and some of the sound issues early on here. It's the first broadcast in a while. We got more coming for you soon. And apologize about the wind, just the way the wind's blowing here at Foxcroft Academy on this beautiful afternoon of action. You might pick up a little bit of that audio, so we'll do the best we can. And, you know, Simon Allen's going to try to get things started and do the best he can for the Red Devils out here. They're going to have to awake at the plate a little bit.
Yeah, but, you know, big inning there for the Ponies, but we mentioned the averages for this these Red Devils, you know, team. They definitely expect to score more than 5 every game.
And they're very capable. I mean, last time these two clubs played, as we have a nice ground ball hit up the middle, it's going to bleed through. And Allen gets it started with a single right there. First hit of the afternoon for the Red Devils. Well done right there. See if they're going to be aggressive on the base paths early. But last time these two clubs played, it was the Red Devils who scored 10 in that one. So we know that they like to be aggressive at the plate, and they do a good job of it.
Benjamin Speed. Now, you know, a lot of these, got to mention a lot of these sophomores. It's kind of like the first year because of no year last season. So a lot of them are kind of getting to their own, kind of getting to the later season here.
Absolutely. You know, it's really strange because that's absolutely true. It's almost like a redshirt freshman year where, I mean, unfortunately it wasn't that. They didn't get to play that first year. And, you
Here they are, sophomores, really getting their first bit of action. Obviously, we're later into the season, so they've had it already, but, first season for not only the freshmen on this team, but the sophomores as well.
Yeah.
Well, that ball played out well. It's going to be in left field. It's going to be over the glove. Chance early on. Allen's going to round second. He's heading to third. Might have a play at third. Allen's going to go in standing. And nice hit there by Speed. He's going to advance the runner to third and get to second himself with the double.
Yeah, so, that's the way you want to respond after the big 5-run inning for the Ponies and get 2 guys on. And definitely they want to take advantage now. They got the bottom of the lineup coming up, but they're definitely capable also.
Yeah, and Miller, opportunity here to knock in a pair. So far, so good in terms of an answer, but that ball's played high. Chance for Richard there at shortstop. Either way, that wouldn't have been a scoring opportunity. Ball was skied up, but all the same, Miller fly out to the shortstop there. Now it's going to be Bryant hitting for Schlipstein out in right field. So,
yep, Bryant's the DH.
He now has a chance to knock in a pair of runs. Nice fire there. Smith so far on the mound, this inning he's given up a couple hits, but all in all, he's had a nice day on the mound. That one's fouled off behind us yet again. 0-2 the count. Chance to get that much-needed second out here. Alleviate some of the pressure early on.
See Tibbetts on deck.
Yeah, top of the lineup looming. And that one's fired through for the strikeout. That marks the second out of the inning.
So second, third, no outs, and Smith's 1 out away from getting out of that jam.
So far, the runners are on second and third this inning, but so far this feels very reminiscent of that first inning where we had the 2 players hit by a pitch, and 2 were left on there. So thus far, we've already seen 2 left on in the first inning. Now here with 2 outs. Huge RBI opportunity. That one's going to be fouled off out behind the fans on left field. But a big opportunity here if you're at the top of this lineup. Tibbetts. Big
yeah,
chance
you
here.
really want to get at least 1 after that 5-run inning, and you got the momentum back a little bit with 2 hits to start the inning. Really important to at least get 1 across here.
That it is, and Smith going to try to get out of this one. Nice pitch right there. He's now ahead of the count 0-2. He's been doing a great job getting ahead this inning.
Yeah, it's a good, looks like a curveball there, off-speed pitch.
Yep, left Tibbetts a little confused at the plate. Nice pitch, absolutely. That one in the dirt, though. Tibbetts not going to chase on that one. Good stop behind the dish as well by Caruso, who had a big RBI last inning. Never know. Pass ball here. Decent-sized backstop here at Foxcroft Academy. Allen's got some speed over there at third. Could take the base any way you can't want to. That one's going to be fouled off, grounded out next to the third baseman. So a good battle here at the plate right now. Big opportunity here for the Red Devils. Pitch played in, caught by the first baseman on a line. And that is how this inning is going to end. A loud line out over there to first base. And with that, we'll rejoin you for the bottom of this second inning.
Sluggers baseball and softball training offers a variety of classes and leagues to expose you to a wider view of the game. Sluggers leads the way in baseball and softball training with industry-leading technology such as HitTrax that combines a traditional batting cage experience with modern analytics, all from the virtual diamond of your favorite ballpark. Check out Sluggers today on Facebook, schedule online, or call 207-951-2250 to start your journey with the best training staff around. Excellence starts at Sluggers.
Buying, selling, or refinancing a property? Gateway Title provides title, escrow, and closing services throughout the entire state of Maine. Let our team of experienced real estate professionals handle your transaction.
We can travel to bring the closing to you.
Residential, commercial, or land, we do it all. We've been helping Maine people for over 30 years and would love to work with you. Gateway, the right way. We'll see you at the closing table.
Welcome back here to Foxcroft Academy as we prepare for the bottom half of the second inning. An inning that last time out, these Ponies put up 5, and no answer from the Red Devils in their half of the inning. So you just heard from a couple of our sponsors, Sluggers being one of them, and we want to let you know about one more. The NFL, the NBA, the NHL, Major League Baseball, NASCAR, UFC, WWE, Star Wars, and more. You'll find them all at Bangor Sports Collectibles, located inside the Central Maine Antique Mall at 1372 Union Street, across from the athletic fields. Hobby boxes, packs, autographs, trading cards, supplies. If you're a collector and know someone who is, this is one store you want to check out. Collectors, have fun with connecting with other local enthusiasts on our Facebook group page. Investors, sports collectibles have never been a hotter commodity than they are right now. Get in on the action. Bangor Sports Collectibles, stop in or visit our Facebook page. We look forward to serving your collecting needs. And with that last pitch, we get this second inning of work started for the Ponies. That one's fouled off. I think we've had about 7 foul balls. Maybe that might be a gross exaggeration, but keep getting the itch to jump up and try to get one more.
I think we've had at least 4, though.
You know, it feels like a decent amount. Waiting for Mark Callan to take a dive and make a play with me over here, but that one's going to be fouled off out to our right. Losing a lot of balls out here, Mark.
Yeah. See him on the ATV trail down there. Somebody might get hit.
Speaking of getting hit, this Dover Foxcroft Ponies team really lit up the offense in last inning. Drop third strike right there. I thought it was caught initially.
Whoa!
Oh, throw over the top, and he's gonna get the first base. He's going to second as well. I took that play for granted. Apparently, I thought it was caught. 2, I thought he tagged him. 3, the throw over the first baseman.
Yeah.
And Ferry's beside himself out there on the mound right now.
Well, I know he didn't catch it, but I did think he tagged him, but then he didn't, I guess, and he threw it over the first baseman's head. So another break for the Ponies.
And he advances to second on the drop third strike. So not something you always see. And another early RBI opportunity. Jaden Richard last time was in a very similar situation. Advanced the runner over to third. And next at bat, Stedman knocked in an RBI. So a little bit of deja vu. That ball laid in for a strike. Speaking of deja vu, errors was really the story of last inning for the Red Devils. And starting off this inning, it's looking like more of the same. That ball played over to the shortstop. Fire over to first. Nice play. But Richard, all the same, able to advance that runner to third yet again. Big case of deja vu. Good play there. That was Keppel out at short. Stedman now an opportunity at the plate to drive in another RBI. Already had 1 in that first inning of action. That one's fouled off deep behind the Foxcroft Academy's dugout over there. Ferry still only has 1 earned run on the game. The rest, while hit in, were hit in after errors had occurred. So Ferry going to try to get through this one, right the ship, and try to figure out a way to get out of this inning. Already 1 out. Another foul ball played behind us. Busy day for everyone over in the Foxcroft Ponies dugout over there. Still an RBI opportunity here at third.
During the third inning, Jackie Turcott, the new athletic director at Foxcroft Academy, is going to talk with Zach and during the third inning. And if you want to catch that,
definitely excited for that. She's been serving the role in an interim position, but now the official hire, and well deserved.
She's also the the trainer each game too, so she kind of has double roles here at Foxcroft, and does a great job.
Yeah, most impressive part, she does them both very well.
Yeah, she'll step on here and join you during the next inning.
And speaking of interviews, if you haven't had the chance to yet, I had the opportunity to speak with Emma Tiedemann, the director of broadcasting for the Sea Dogs, as that one's going to be played fly ball out to the shortstop there. It's going to be Keppel able to make a play. That gets us to the second out of the inning, so a chance to get out of this potentially for the Red Devils. But as I was saying, had the opportunity to speak with Emma Tiedemann, the director of broadcasting for
the Portland Sea Dogs, and really got to talk about a lot of things, how she got her start, a little bit of her background, what her role has been like, obviously, living in this age that we are currently in. So give that a listen if you haven't yet. It's pretty cool.
Great interview. Chris Lessner and I did the weekend wrap-up this morning on the podcast. We played some of that interview, but as Zach said, you can see the whole thing on the Eastern Maine Sports Media page. Very well worth your 13 to 14 minutes.
It is, and almost another foul ball played behind us, but that one happened to tip off the top of the fence there. Stayed in play, or not in play, but stayed in the park, I should say. Well, Topolsky started off this inning in an exciting way, and he got all the way over to third, but since then, not a lot of noise out of the bats for the Ponies. I mean, a couple flyouts and a ground out there. There's some noise. That's going to go over the top of the second baseman. Well done, well struck right there. And that's going to be an RBI for Knapp.
So everybody's producing for this Ponies team. Topolsky now has 2 runs scored. Richard doesn't have any hits, but he's moved the runners over both times. And on his, at bat, Stedman's got a hit and RBI. Now Knapp has a hit and RBI. Smith reached the first time and scored a run. Higgins has a hit and RBI. Lamb reached on an error and scored a run. And Caruso has a hit. And Poole has a hit and RBI. So
I mean, we're sitting here at a 6-0 game, but Scott Ferry has 1 earned run.
Yeah, right, because that one run scored on the error because Topolsky reached on the error by the catcher.
Drop third strike, advanced all the way as that one's going to be played out. Chance over there, second base. Nice play. That's going to be how the inning ends. They get out of it only giving up a run, and that's going to take us to the 3rd inning of action. Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center is a practice that specializes in treating a variety of different conditions. We treat patients daily who suffer from chronic lower back and neck pain, headaches, repetitive stress disorders, work injuries, sports injuries, and more. Dr. Rick and our entire team at Ames Chiropractic are excited to welcome you to our brand new Bangor office located at 43 Longview Drive, right behind Olive Garden. Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center, helping you to naturally feel and be your very best.
I truly believe that if you're going to do something better, you got to start by innovating. Think about how to solve for a customer problem in a way that's quicker, different, and more customer-centric. The bank's promise has been fundamentally the same from the beginning till now, and that's ensuring that all that we do is making the lives of our employees, our customers, and the communities better. And it's their better, not what's defined as our better.
Hello, welcome back. I'm going to be joined this inning, the 3rd inning, as we approach that, by Jackie Turtle out here. Thank you very much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Beautiful afternoon and nice opportunity to be able to be out here and watch some baseball. Congratulations on your new appointment to the position of athletic director here at Foxcroft Academy. What's that been like? We know you were serving the role. We got to be around you a little bit there in the basketball season, but being able to be out of the interim role and officially into the athletic director role, what's that feel like? What are some of the day-to-day operations in that?
It's pretty exciting. Day-to-day, just kind of planning, hoping that the weather, especially outside, hoping that the weather holds. Today I was down in Lewiston watching Caleb Fawkins at the state tennis match. He did a fantastic job as a state runner-up. Just working with the other ADs in the league, making sure that the games are running on time, scheduling, rescheduling based on what their needs are, staying in contact with our officials. So there's a lot of new challenges, but it's been a lot of fun and very rewarding, making sure that the kids have opportunities to play the sports that they enjoy. And really, we've seen a lot of success. We've had a lot of hurdles all year long, but the kids have stepped up and they've really had a lot of success and I think a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I would completely agree. And you said something right there. It's about the kids and them being able to have this experience and have this fun. And I couldn't agree more. And, in your position, especially trying to have as normal of a season this season as we can. We know about fall sports, winter sports, and all the hurdles that there was there. But in spring, in Maine, all the time, we got very fortunate to have a beautiful afternoon here. But oftentimes, that one's laid out foul out to the left field line. what is it like trying to manage a spring season and all the crazy scheduling? It's normally difficult to begin with, but especially in these times, it's.
Yeah, I mean, even just when we were at preseason, we have one gym and 4 teams, so it's trying to get everyone in and out before 9 p.m., coordinating that, and now with COVID rules, it's enter this way, exit that way. Let's try to not change up between the two. So it's a very coordinated effort, a little bit of organized chaos and herding some cats, but it worked out really well. We were blessed with a mild season, so we got out on the fields. We were out on the tennis courts week 2, the track a little bit week 1, and we were out here on the fields. Our facilities crew did a fantastic job having these fields ready. Week 2, week 3, that they were actually on the infields playing. So this year was a blessing for all that we've had to deal with leading up. It was nice that this spring season, it just seems like every week we get a little bit something that was better than last year.
Yeah, it's definitely impressive what you guys have been able to do here. I mean, you do have beautiful facilities, beautiful fields. Got to give a lot of credit there. We're very fortunate to be able to visit and experience those things firsthand. But one thing I can't help but notice is the gigantic field house is another foul ball laid out on the third base line. Another thing I can't help but notice is the gigantic construction going on for the field house. I mean, you can talk about that a little bit and how exciting that is for the school and community and just the excitement that brings.
Yeah, that's been a fun development to watch. They broke ground April vacation. The leading up, even just seeing the blueprints in Mr. Shorey's office probably 2 years ago, it's like, well, wouldn't that be nice? That would be cool. And then to see as more and more donors in the community stepped up and kept donating, it became a reality. So we're looking at being in it in about a year.
Wow.
We'll have a regulation size field hockey field in there. So we would be able to host games even through the playoffs. So when we're looking at that mid to late October, when we get that driving wind and rain, we won't have to deal with that.
The fun part of the year in Maine when
you
can't predict the weather.
Late fall, early winter. So, I mean, we do have one of the best outdoor field hockey fields that are in the state as far as a natural grass goes. But when we get to, if we need to be on the inside, then we're gonna have a great field in there. We'll be competitive with the surfaces at Hamden, Thomas College. So it'll be a fantastic facility for those kids. They're with a weight room. Not one student athlete will miss out on an opportunity to use that facility.
Now with that, and as nice as this field sounds it's going to be, and I fully expect it to be so, is there the potential to try to get some state games operating out of there? Has that been talked about much at all yet? Or
we really haven't had that conversation yet, and I haven't really seen the full layout as far as what that would look like as far as having what the spectator capacity would be.
Right.
So that would be our biggest limitation, is what we could have for spectators in there. There would be a mezzanine level. I don't know what the seating capacity would be. So that would be something to look at when we actually start having some steel go up and the facility being built.
It's definitely just exciting overall, though. Anytime you get to hear things like that, and got to give a shout out to Foxcroft Academy in the school. Is high fly ball there, a little difficult to see from our vantage point. Looks like the second baseman, nice play over there to make a play on a high fly ball.
Nice catch.
It was indeed. Lost my train of thought what I was just talking about because that got so distracting right there. Oh, I remember. Okay. Foxcroft Academy, got to give a shout out. You guys have done a great job being innovative and really pushing the needle forward, especially in sports. We know the ice hockey rink went up and all that construction, how big of a deal that was. Obviously, maybe not striking at exactly the right moment in terms of the community in the world.
Timing, yep.
But all the same, I mean, things like that, it's always going to be great for the kids, community, and push the needle forward, which, it's always good to see.
Yeah, that's one great thing about working here, and there just seems every time we take a step, it's like, oh, okay, that was nice, and then there's a next project out there, and we just keep building. And for a small town, when I talk to other athletic trainers, even nationally, they're like, well, how big's your school? You guys have all of that. I can't believe you have that many sports. So we're out here in Piscataquis, but we have a lot to offer and some fantastic facilities for not only athletics, but also academics. So this school really serves not just the kids but the full community very well.
Yeah, absolutely, and it shows in the athletic programs as well, as we're witnessing today. I mean, the baseball team's playing very well, and this one's 6-0 on the game thus far. That one's gonna be fouled out again.
out behind the fence near the fans in left field.
Oh, that took a bounce. Ouch.
I can't tell if it hit anyone or not. Might have a better view than me, but
no one's waving at me.
well, you do pull double duty here. I mean,
I know, that's why I'm looking to see if I need to run up, but no one's waved me down. I'll keep an eye on the phone.
You do have that job here as well. I mean, what is it like being kind of responsible on both ends there? I mean, what's the day-to-day life for that role?
That's, I don't know. As far as with the athletic training and adding on the AD part, I was a little bit worried about the time crunch, and talking with my husband, it's like, I'm already there. So adding on a lot of the planning parts, that's a little bit more in the mornings, and being more responsive to phone calls, emails. I really enjoy working with the kids. Injury prevention, I really prefer that, just so that way they're not hurt and they stay competing. And I've had some great support, Toby Nelson, Jason Tardy here. If doing that double duty, I need a second set of hands to help with the administrative role piece, because I've got to be doing the medical part, and they just step in and help out. So it hasn't really been too many major conflicts, and it's nice because I never have to worry about not knowing when something's going to be, because I planned it. So
right.
I know when games reschedules are.
There's always a benefit there. Impressive. And I just want to quickly mention about the action right there. Saw a nice play over to the shortstop, and just couldn't quite come up with it for Richard, but it was a hard hit ball, so I gave him the hit on that one. Leaves a runner at second and third. Big RBI opportunity. Just want to talk about the action for a moment here. This is a big chance for Allen. It's going to be popped up.
Donnie.
Yeah, it's going to be a play for the second baseman. That's going to end the inning, or the top half of the inning, I should say. We're going to stay here, just keep chatting a little bit. We really thank you for being able to join us. I should have mentioned that you were the athletic trainer. I take it for granted because I know you, so I took it for granted. But yeah, I mean, the athletic director and athletic trainer, I mean, that requires a lot of work and dedication, and I can say you've done a great job thus far. One thing I was curious about coming into this is, this season has been a push for more normalcy. We know there's an open tournament in that type of setting. What differences have you been able to observe from as we kind of approach the end of the school year? What differences have you been able to observe as we've progressed throughout this academic year and as we sit here spring sports?
Trying to get back to the normal thing?
Trying to, in all the challenges and the evolution of everything.
Right now it's great because when we're seeing the smiles on the kids' face, those faces aren't covered, we're outside. Great change from the basketball season. We have spectators. We can walk up, greet the parents. People are here enjoying themselves. And we didn't have that in the winter season. And when we hosted high jump meets in the gym on Fridays, it was more texting the parents of how their kid was performing. They were watching on the live stream, but it's just not the same as being there. So we're having that push to the normalcy. We've had the crowds back. I think that the crowds might actually be bigger this spring than 2 years ago, because no one's done anything and no one's been able to get out and do anything. So here's something to do. So that's just a huge boom, and I'm just hoping that just continues to do that. Having playoffs, having that postseason, being able to go towards a state title kids always want that, and they didn't have it, and they competed hard in the other seasons this year, but I think it's a little bit different when you do have that opportunity.
Absolutely, and one thing we've come to notice throughout the seasons, and we've had the chance to cover sports all 3 seasons, and one thing we've come to notice is the kids are always excited. They always want to be out there and competing, but to know that there's something at the end of the end game in the end of the season, it always adds a little bit extra. And we've seen that evolve in the fall season. Some areas were able to hold a pod-style tournament, but not all. And then in the winter season in our local area, we were able to witness a little bit more of that popping up, and now it's evolved to an open tournament. So it's in some ways it's really been a linear progression.
Yeah.
But all in all, to be able to get 3 seasons for the athletes in some capacity, compared to last spring not being able to have a baseball season.
Last spring was awful. We were all at home and trying to send, I built an Instagram for the sports medicine, put out some workouts, just trying to keep the kids engaged with doing something and getting messages. Well, are we having a team? Are we going to do something? And I don't know. And it's really hard to stay motivated. So we just keep getting a little step further each season. So I'm hoping this fall, we're already looking at the PVC, we're looking at building the schedules for the fall season. It's looking a lot like it did 2 years ago. So being able to open up and play those teams that we didn't get to see this year, having that level of competition with more Class B schools, that it's just something to look forward to, and I think the kids want it. We all want to get back to that normalcy.
Yeah, and we've kind of been touching on this subject, but just to get more directly to it, how have you noticed the kids responding in everyday life or at school, knowing that they're going to be able to, and they have faith that they're going to be able to compete and be out there? When for a while things were up in the air, have you noticed a change in the athletes and their perspective as this year has evolved as well?
Maybe a little bit. Our kids have always, all year, they've competed and practiced with a lot of pride, and so there might be a little bit more motivation because they do see being able to compete and have that championship, get into that part of the season where you're one and done or you move on. But they've even practices in the fall when they knew it's X number of games, we hope. They still played hard. They still wanted to win. They still wanted to be on the top of a winning record, still had those, we want to beat this team, we want to make sure we beat that team, or split with a certain team that they might have lost to earlier. So they haven't dropped off on that, playing with pride, having a certain level of competitiveness, which is great. They didn't have any quit. So being able to reward that with them having a full season, we're playing the full, hopefully we'll get through the regular season, and then we'll
knock on wood wherever it is.
I don't want to be too predictive, but then after next week we'll be moving on to the playoffs.
And sorry to interrupt there,
no, fine.
But I would completely echo that sentiment. It's not obviously it's evident here. That's the word I was looking for. Evident here at Foxcroft Academy, but having the chance to be able to cover some sports in some different towns and local communities, all the kids have really share that same idea and that same love just for the game. And this has really been a unique year, and we keep talking about it, but it deserves to be talked about. Just the evolution and getting back to the love of the game, and then be able to reignite the end goal for the game and all the things that come with it. And it's just been really nice to see, and it's good to hear on both sides too, because you don't always get to hear the administrative side of it. This is going to be a little hard for me to see. Ball played out to right. Looks like it fell. Looks like it at least fell for a hit. Could have been an error out there and right. I didn't quite see it. Was going to drive in a run, play at third. RBI played through. That was a hit. Mark Callan, good job being able to sneak around and find that one out for us. As the inning started off with 2 walks by Ferry and Caruso. He drives in his second RBI of the game, and it's 7-0. Commanding performance thus far by the Ponies. No outs yet in this inning.
It's been a balk.
Okay. Was a balk on that one. I flew off my headset to try to figure out what just went on, but it was a balk. Runner advances to second and run crosses the plate. So yeah, I guess with that, this inning's gonna keep progressing. So as we approach the end of this season, what really are the expectations, or what can you from the nice hit out there? We'll take a second to talk about that. So Poole keeps the hitting going. Play over to third. No one covering the plate. There might be a chance to go. No one's going for the ball. This is going to be a close play at the plate. Opportunity here, slide. They're going to call him out. A little bit of hesitation cost him on that one. Nice play at the plate there. I mean, it was still a quality hit, but all the same, that's going to result in an out at the plate. A little bit of a crazy play right there. What I was trying to get at before that craziness occurred, as we approach the end of this regular season and gear towards playoff baseball, whatever that's going to look like, what is that like on the administrative side, and what can you explain to everyone at home what that open tournament setting is really going to start to look like?
So every team, the open tournament basically means if you want to be in the playoff structure you're in, if schools for whatever reason don't want to be in, they have to declare that. I believe it will be the 28th that they can opt out, and they'll just set up a bracket style and start playing. So a little bit different. There are the heel points, but it's nice that everyone's in, and mostly because if a team had to get quarantined and miss games that couldn't be made up, that it doesn't count against them.
Right.
So that's a little bit different than other years where you really had to play games. So we're going to be playing right up to the last playable day, I believe, on the 2nd.
So plenty of baseball still to come, and be exciting times, but different. Different times where heel points, they're still there. We're still thinking about them in records and standings and all that, but there are different elements into this season, and at least there is a season compared to last season where there was no playoff baseball, no regular season baseball. But you don't just deal with baseball around here, though. You mentioned earlier on tennis. I mean, there's a lot going on at the school with track. What does it look like with some of these other sports going on at Foxcroft Academy? Obviously, everyone's able to see and witness baseball in front of us right now, but
well, behind us we got softball practicing, and last I looked, they were number 2. They might have slid down to number 3, but that's one of the highest records they've had since in my 9 years here. Tennis, girls I think are top 4, boys are maybe 8, so very highly ranked there as well. The track team is quite strong. They've been doing very well. They'll have the PVCs in Old Town on Saturday. So every program has done really well, and it's almost like they didn't have a whole season off, which is great. There's a lot of enthusiasm in all the programs, so it's really fun to either be at their competitions and seeing them enjoying themselves or at practices.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear. And really quickly before we continue the conversation, it looks like Malachi Miller, he's going to be replacing Ferry. Ferry's been kind of getting roughed up this inning, gave up 3 walks on the inning thus far. An RBI scored by Caruso early on. The balk, which crossed another to the plate, and thus far not going the way of the Red Devils. Very different than the last time these two clubs met, but see what Miller can do as he steps in. Now let's. It's great to hear that everyone's been able to take this season and have a quality approach. We mentioned this earlier in the broadcast, but there are sophomores out on all these teams in track and field that didn't get their freshman season, so having to adjust to not only competing but competing at a high school level, not having that initial experience, it can be an adjustment. Obviously kids grow over time, and I'm sure they're getting experience in other ways, but all the same, it is an adjustment.
And it's a huge adjustment. And then you even look at the kids that are juniors now. That sophomore year would have been the season they would have got some subbed in time at the varsity level. So especially for baseball and softball, it's almost like brand new teams because there's not a lot of returning kids on either team. So it was really coming together, not really having kids in established positions yet.
Right.
So it was interesting seeing how the coaches in both programs have brand new coaches. So it was really interesting to watch that all get pieced together and how they worked through the preseason. But that's a huge step going from an eighth grade pitcher to a varsity pitcher, and you're getting in there as a freshman as a batter. Now, the second baseman Donnie Poole, he's had a couple great plays in the field, but he didn't have a freshman season.
Right.
So having that's a long time to not see baseball action, and some of these younger guys have really stepped up and shown some great ball out of them.
That they have, and we're going to see what the adjustment here is. I can't quite see the jersey number, I believe.
Jaden.
Yeah, Richard, that's what I was thinking right there at the plate right now, and he's an opportunity. We're just talking about him. He's coming into this season, this game. I keep saying this season, but he's coming into this game averaging .391 on the season. So very impressive. The young players made a couple nice plays, been able to advance the runners in this game thus far. Not an RBI yet to his credit, but definitely a big part of the offense here in the early going. And big opportunity here. Chance to drive in a couple more as we currently sit at 8-0. But a lot of things happening here at Foxcroft Academy. And it's great to hear kind of an inside perspective. I know you were earlier on talking about a couple of the people that how this is almost acting as if an athletic community. And one of the people you mentioned was Toby Nelson. And we've been able to talk to Toby before. He's obviously the basketball coach. But Toby's a great guy, obviously. And as I said, we got to talk to him before, a basketball coach here, but also a great broadcaster in his own right as Richard takes first base there on the walk. That's that was Malachi Richards' first batter as well, should mention. But kind of talk about the athletic team and community here at Foxcroft Academy and making sure that everyone kind of is in a certain loop and getting things done in a positive and productive manner.
Yeah, a big thing was when I first started, one of our buildings and grounds guys, Blaze Laughlin, he is, anytime you come out and look at a field and say, it looks good, that's because Blaze led that, and he immediately kind of went through a checklist of, hey, these are the things that I need from you to make sure that I can do what I got to do for you. So that was a great relationship to establish right off the bat, because I knew what he needed, and it's a great relationship. And George Ralston, I don't know if you know him, I don't want to date him too much, but he's been around here for a couple decades.
He's been helpful for a while. It's a positive
but
way to say.
especially where we've hosted 3 track meets this year. He's our meet director. And hey, Jackie, do you know this? No, I don't, George. So we've had a couple long conversations and helped me map things out. And all of our track meets have run right off. We had one due to the construction site, and it cut power to pretty much this whole end of campus that you can see minus the dorms. There's no electricity, and it happened the day before a track meet. And our IT director, Rob Brown, well, we'll just run it off generators. And He said it with such confidence, and they had everything all set up. So everyone from IT, buildings and grounds, the veteran coaches, all just kind of stepping up saying, these are our expectations. This is what we need from you. Having new coaches, just kind of being able to roll with it.
Right.
And me saying, I can't make any promises. And this is, it might be different than how it was in the past, but different people will do jobs differently. And everyone's really pulled together. If things didn't really work out, we might look at each other and say, well, we're not going to do that again. And let's try this. And so it's really worked out very well, with everyone just being pretty fluid and helpful.
Yep, honesty and transparency. It's
yeah,
always a
and
good
that's
policy.
and I just I can't change something if I don't know it's a problem, and it's a lot of it's your delivery of how it's a problem by saying, can we do it this way instead? Can we try it different versus, well, that didn't work, you're dumb.
Right. Well, we thank you for being able to join us for the inning. It ended up being quite a long inning.
Yeah.
It was a lot of action, but we thank you very much, Jackie, for joining us. Excited to see all the great things you're going to continue to do here at Foxcroft Academy. Congratulations on the official appointment to athletic
thank you, guys.
director. Yep.
Have a great day.
And with that, we thank Jackie for being able to join us. It was an awesome. It's always great to be able to hear some of the behind-the-scenes things that you don't get the opportunity to hear from, or the perspectives you get to hear from. But talking about the game, what a crazy inning that just was.
Well, yeah, I mean,
a lot of things just changed. Let's give a summary.
Well, first of all, Scotty Ferry, he got taken out there. He ended up with pitching two and a third innings, and he gave up 9 runs. 5 more unearned, so only 4 earned runs. But kind of, building up the pitch count, kind of lost his control there in the third inning a little bit, and that caused some runs. I'm going to talk about the other side, though. Yes, it's 9-0 right now, and that's what you're going to notice. But Central has left 6 runners on through 3 innings. They've had chances each of those innings. The second and the third inning, they've had runners on second and third, and they didn't produce any runs. And yes, the offensive Foxcroft has been the story of the game, but Central has had their chances too.
That they have. The real question is how are they going to respond here? Being down this 9-0, very different than the last time you saw these guys. You're a little bit beaten up, but it's going to be how you respond, because and everyone knows that this team can put up runs quick, fast, and in a hurry, and they could put up a 10 spot. So it's going to come down to 2 things: can you play the field well, limit the amount of errors you commit for the rest of the game, starting now. Just fresh start and try to crawl back and climb back into this one as it currently sits.
Yeah, and you can't. I mean, it's an obvious statement, but sometimes when you're young out there playing, you think we got to get all these runs. They can't get them all at once. You got to get a plug away and get a few. And again, on the other side, you can't keep allowing runs. They committed an error in each inning. They have 3 errors. That's been a big story. Again, the last inning walks were a big story. So they kind of got to limit that stuff and see what they can do.
Not just errors, but costly errors too. A lot of them are costing them runs. Really, the story of this one is this inning starts off with a strikeout. Ben Speed goes down on strikes there.
That's strikeout number 3 there for Smith.
Now, I got to give Smith a lot of credit. He's come into this one, pitched pretty well. You know, we started off a little jittery there in that first inning. Had the 2 batters he hit with a pitch, but really settled down. And, you know, against a solid offensive team, he's coming in and playing very well from the mound, or pitching very well from the mound. Had a ERA coming into this one at 7.5. That's definitely going down as this one progresses.
Definitely is. Solid job. He looks confident out there. And again, a lot of that too. You get a bunch of runs. You get 5 runs in the first inning. You're gonna be a lot more confident out there on the mound.
Yep. When your defense is playing behind you and your offense is backing you up, and he's got involved on the action. He's helped himself out today by himself. So positive things happening for him at the plate and throwing to it.
And he's made big pitches at the right time. You know, again, that's gonna be out of play, but. Central's heads again, second and third in the second inning. They had first of all they had runners on first and second in the first inning. He got the number 4 and 5 hitters out, tough hitters, Ferry and Burns. He got them out. Then they had second and third, no outs, and he got three out in a row. They had second and third also in the third inning, and then he got Allen to pop out. So he's made some clutch pitches.
That he has, and so far the Red Devils not able to respond and get a runner on this inning, but nice pitch right there. That's going to get a strikeout, as I say, and that's back-to-back strikeouts to start this one.
He seems to be getting better.
Yeah, he seems to be settling in and just rolling with confidence right now. And it's really a story of that. One dug out loud and excited, and understandably so, and the other one still struggling to get back into this. But, you know, it only takes 1/2 inning. It only takes, you know, just get a couple hits together, and there you have the confidence back. And there's potential start to it, but nice play over at second. And that's going to end the inning, 1, 2, 3, and that's going to send us to the bottom half of this 4th inning.
Sluggers baseball and softball training offers a variety of classes and leagues to expose you to a wider view of the game. Sluggers leads the way in baseball and softball training with industry-leading technology such as HitTrax that combines a traditional batting cage experience with modern analytics, all from the virtual diamond of your favorite ballpark. Check out Sluggers today on Facebook, schedule online, or call 207-951-2250 to start your journey with the best training staff around. Excellence starts at Sluggers.
Buying, selling, or refinancing a property? Gateway Title provides title, escrow, and closing services throughout the entire state of Maine. Let our team of experienced real estate professionals handle your transaction.
We can travel to bring the closing to you.
Residential, commercial, or land, we do it all. We've been helping Maine people for over 30 years and would love to work with you. Gateway, the right way. We'll see you at the closing table.
Welcome back to Foxcroft Academy here as we prepare for the bottom of the 4th inning. And you know, at the top of the 4th, ended in quick succession there, 1, 2, 3 inning. And we got to give Smith a ton of credit for Foxcroft Academy. Anthony Smith being able to come out here and really do some positive things for the Ponies.
Yeah, that was the first 1, 2, 3 inning of this game, and you know, that's what you want to do. Your team gives you a big lead, just throw strikes, get ahead of the count, and that's exactly what he did there. And now, you know, on the other end, Miller's going to try to limit the damage here for the Red Devils. What we got? They get 3 more runs and they shut them down the 5th. We're done here. Yeah. So I mean, this, you know, kind of they want to keep this game going. It's kind of
they're averaging 3 runs an inning, so that it's very well could happen here. And talking about Smith, he's going to have the opportunity to come up to the plate right now. As Foxcroft almost batted all the way around there in that last inning, courtesy of some walks and I think an error or two, but.
Yeah, they had 1 error, but yeah, it's mostly walks and. That inning is they did get a big hit from Caruso and Poole, the bottom of the order. The 8-9 has both have two hits for the Ponies.
You had a little bit of everything that 3rd inning. A lot of action. You heard a great interview. We really appreciate Jackie coming over and being able to talk to us about her new position officially as the athletic director. She's been serving the role in an interim position, but she does a great job here at Foxcroft Academy. Really appreciate her being able to chat with us for a little bit. That one's fouled off right in front of the Red Devils dugout. Nice play over there by Ferry. A lot of momentum coming towards that fence, but made a great play on that one.
Yeah, very nice play there by Ferry. Nice hustle by him getting that out. You know, speaking of the interview, it's hard enough just to be athletic director. She does that. I mean, she makes it sound like she's here anyway, whatever. But it's not easy being athletic director and athletic trainer. And
No.
she does it. I mean, she's been an athletic trainer for a while. She took over the athletic director when Tim Smith stepped down, but on an interim basis, and she was named permanent AD, official AD last week.
And what a year of athletics it's been. We've seen a lot of great things and seeing more of it this season. A very competitive season of sports in Maine. And the athletes, all the credit goes to them, but a lot of it should also go to the people behind them and all the athletic directors and the athletic community that helps make all this possible.
Yeah, no doubt. And guys talked a little bit about the softball team, and I got a chance to see them play at Dexter a couple times this year, actually, and they're very, very impressive. Ava Rayfield's a pitcher, and she does a good job, and we're actually going to see them again next week, I believe. A makeup game that we had early in the year, but it's going to be rescheduled June 2nd, so that's we'll have that game. We planned on having it the first time, so we'll have it for you the second time.
Yeah, finally able to get out here, be able to call some action. It's been a long time coming, but we got plenty on the schedule for you. You can check that all out at easternmainesports.com or on our Facebook page. Also welcome you to check out some of the other content we've got posted on our YouTube, Eastern Maine Sports Media. And mentioned this earlier on in the broadcast, but had the chance to interview the lead broadcaster, director of broadcasting for the Portland Sea Dogs, Emma Tiedemann. Check that out if you haven't had the chance. She provides great perspective on a whole slew of subjects. As we see the walk right there, back-to-back innings where Chase Higgins has been walked.
You've reached base 3 times. You get a single in the first, and as you mentioned, the 2 walks.
So good day for him. He's also got an RBI on the day. With that, Noah Lamb steps up.
He's reached base twice also, once on an error and once on a walk. He scored 2 runs. Production up and down the lineup for these Ponies.
Yes, indeed. And it's kind of crazy to say this, but they are 3 runs away and a stop away from sending this one home early. It's been a dominant performance, courtesy of some errors and walks on the other side of things, all things considered. Throw over to second. Could have had a chance on that if they were able to come up with that at second, but throw just a tad short. Nice stolen base there by Chase Higgins.
Yeah, we mentioned the momentum that these teams want to pick up going into a busy schedule, and only 2 weeks left in the regular season. You want to go into the tournament and your busy end of the season stretch on a high note, and the Ponies are doing that right now. Another hit.
That you do, and that one drops in right in front of the left fielder out there. That's going to be a single. Good job by Lamb, able to advance.
And most of the time you say, oh, the bottom of the lineup's coming up. But for the Ponies, as we mentioned, Caruso, a single and double, RBI. Poole, he's got 2 singles. So the bottom of the order is nothing to turn your head up.
Production all over the place. Yeah. And I'm reverting back to my keys to the game coming into this that I mentioned at the top of the broadcast during the Black Bear Crane pregame show. And the keys I had for Foxcroft were limit errors, back up your pitcher, be aggressive early, and pitch well. And I think all of those and more have been accomplished so far for Foxcroft. And on the other side, not much of those keys have gone the right way for the Red Devils.
No, and, baseball's a game. You look on paper and you're like, it doesn't always happen like that because you look at...
That one looked like it almost went right through the glove, but that was a hard liner to the third baseman. All the same.
I'm going to give him a hit on that one.
Yeah, that ball was crushed there by Caruso. That was a tough play. Makeable, but that was a tough play.
But, as I was saying, even at the pro level, you look at a game on paper, it doesn't always go that way. Look at this game on paper, and they had Ferry ERA was under 3, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2.33 coming into this one.
And Smith's ERA was 7, so...
Chance here, tagging up. Throw's going to come from third. Strong throw, but it's going to be cut off by the third baseman. Another one's going to cross the plate there. And the sacrifice fly.
So now 3 runs scored for Lamb, and Poole continues to produce at the bottom of the lineup with RBI. That's kind of one of the players Jackie talked about there. Sophomore, and he coming into his own here as the season goes along.
Yes, indeed, and it's suddenly 11-0 here. Ball came in a little bit high.
And the top of the order back up here for the Ponies.
which is a positive, but really anything's been a positive thus far.
Yeah.
And it's important to mention, we have talked about errors, but there's been a lot of loud, hard contact as that's a slow dribbler down the line. First baseman Miller able to make a play on it. That's going to be an out. That's going to end the inning. Really quickly, I will send it to commercial break, and then we'll finish that point after that. But nice play right there by the pitcher, able to get him out of the inning.
Busy with places to go, things to do, people to see. Let Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union make managing your money easy with mobile services, bill pay, Apple Pay, mobile deposit, and more. We're as close as your phone. Now serving all of Piscataquis, Penobscot, and Somerset counties. Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union. Personal service, shared value. MHFCU.com.
I truly believe that if you're going to do something better, you got to start by innovating. Think about how to solve for a customer problem in a way that's quicker, different, and more customer-centric. The bank's promise has been fundamentally the same from the beginning till now, and that's ensuring that all that we do is making the lives of our employees, our customers, and the communities better. And it's their better, not what's defined as our better.
Welcome back here to Foxcroft Academy, where we have an 11-0 game in favor of the Ponies. It's been a whole lot of offense for them on their side of things. And one point I was about to make before that inning concluded, we sent it to commercial break, was we've been talking a lot about the errors and some of the walks and some of the things like that for the Red Devils that have led to a lot of runs for the Ponies. But let's be fair. There's been a lot of loud contact, hard-hit balls that have kind of forced errors in some situations. Not super easy plays that should be made, all things considered, but a lot of loud, hard contact so far in this one.
Yeah, and when you're going well, you take advantage of everything, and Foxcroft's going well right now. See, they had a big win over Herman last week. They might be picking up their momentum at just the right time, as we mentioned. Very tough game tomorrow as they play one of the better teams in Class B. I think one of the favorites in Class B in Old Town. So
yeah.
That's tomorrow right here. So if you want to come out and watch actually it's going to be a good on both ends. The softball game is two of the top teams in Class B tomorrow, Foxcroft and Old Town. I do think if Foxcroft softball could pull out a win, they might have a chance for that top seed. So big game there, but a big game here in baseball too tomorrow.
Absolutely, and you mentioned a point there about Foxcroft Academy boys kind of hitting their stride, and I mean, every day baseball can change, games can change based on the day, and that's really true with any sport. But let's just focus on their result last time against these same Central Red Devils. I mean, Central came away with a win there, and they put up 10 runs so far in this. They're yet to put up a single run, and the Ponies have 11. So I mean, it's really a tale of two different games, and there were some similarities. I mean, Ferry was on the mound last time they faced each other. He's on the mound again to start this one. And while his defense didn't really back him up early on, and then he kind of lost control there in the third inning. He pitched all right, the airs really got to him, but still, loud contact. Solid plays being made. Speaking of loud contact, that ball's hit down the line. Going to take the long turn. And Tibbetts, nice way to start off this fifth inning. And that's kind of the momentum that you need to get you right back headed towards the right direction there.
Yeah, the top of the order, and now they got Keppel up, so they're going to try to make things happen. Seen stranger things happen when you got an offense like this, so stay with us. And
yes, indeed, and Keppel came into this one averaging .519 on the season. That one's going to be thrown away out to the fence. Might as well take the risk. He's going to go to second easily on the throwaway there. So error on the pitcher.
I don't know if he's going to do it again, but he actually squared to bunt that time, but then he threw it to first.
That might have been a situation trying to draw a pitch and advance that runner on a steal or something like that, but because with a .519 average, I'm assuming he's swinging away here. Got hit by a pitch in the first inning and didn't reach base after that. So
let's talk about Caruso behind the plate. He's pretty impressive back there, blocking pitches and very solid catcher for the Ponies.
Yeah, we've seen some plays at the plate today already, and he does an impressive job back there for sure.
Nice it up again.
Witness it right there, but runner's going to try to go to third. Just couldn't quite pick it up as we talk about him. Granted, in that situation, you're kind of under some serious pressure trying to make a play.
So, yes, Red Devils have had this position before, though, where they got to hit a guy in third. They're going to try to actually bring him home this time, though, and they've got 2, 3, 4 up here coming up, so good opportunity to score.
You know, that's a point that we've forgotten to mention a few times this broadcast. I mean, you mentioned it earlier on, but
hit him.
A lot of, hit by pitch there. And Keppel, second time he's been hit by one this game. I didn't even see that. He's going to advance to first on the hit by pitch. A lot of runners have been left on base so far for the Red Devils in this one.
Yeah, 2 in each of the first 3 innings. They didn't get a chance to leave anyone on the 4th as Smith retired them in order. But now another chance. So it's been one of the stories of this game, and they're going to try to change that story here.
Yep, see what Weeks can do. Big opportunity here. He's going to round. Runner's going to advance to second. He's going to get there without a throw. So now 2 ducks on the pond, so to speak. The runner on second and third. RBI opportunity in a big spot.
Same situation as they had in the second inning. Second and third, no outs.
The pitch high. Wind's starting to really rip in. We apologize for that if there's any audio with that. But only so much to do in this Maine weather. That ball's going to be played over to the first baseman. Play at the plate, opportunity, slide in, and that's going to be a run. First run of the game. Nice hustle and nice play right there.
So Tibbet scores the run, and Weeks gets the RBI, so they get on the board.
You know, that's really a step in the right direction for them, because we were in the conversation that one more run in the bottom of the 5th would have really sent us home in this one if the Red Devils hadn't been able to come away with a run in theirs.
They try to add another with a runner at third, and they stop again.
Yeah, Caruso's really doing a great job behind the dish. And Ferry, he's in a big spot here. Opportunity over on third. The big bat for the Red Devils. Started the day on the mound.
Just looked up on the hill, Zach. It's nice to see, isn't it? We haven't seen that for a while, and a nice crowd here today. As Jackie kind of mentioned, it might be bigger crowds than they had a couple of years ago when they could have fans here. Because, again, this is the spring season is the only one that didn't happen at all, last year. So these kids are happy to be out here. The parents and families are happy to see them.
And we're happy to be able to broadcast it in some capacity. You know, it's been a crazy year. But being able to, like as Mark said, look up on the hill and see some fans or wherever they would be, it's awesome. It's a good feeling. And obviously safety and health and those protocols are always most important, as they will remain to be. But anytime you get to return to some normalcy, that is awesome as well. It's Ferry. It's a deep fly ball out to left field. That ball drops off the glove, and the run's going to score easily.
Out of play, so I think he gets second there, a double. Nice hit by Ferry, a double there.
Yeah, Ferry able to drive one in.
That's one that probably would have been out of that home field at Central. That was crushed.
Yeah,
and he has crushed one this year. Last time these two clubs faced each other. And just like that, this game is now 11-2.
Another runner in scoring position for Burns, who already has one hit today.
Ferry's going to try to advance to third on this. He's going to do so standing. As Caruso's done a great job behind the dish so far, been able to knock a lot of one of those down. Potential conversation going to happen here on the mound. Yeah, and here comes the coach here. Going to try to talk to Smith. Entered this inning feeling hot, doing a great job. And still doing a fairly decent job at allowing a couple this inning. Going to see if they potentially make a change here, if they just talk on the mound for a little bit of a mound visit.
Yeah, I think he's just for a visit, but maybe I'm wrong.
An 11-2 game as well. Maybe let him get a little bit more of a leash here. So.
What's coming up for Eastern Maine Sports Media? We have Wednesday be in Guilford. Again, a schedule change all around, but Wednesday we're going to be in Guilford for Stearns PCHS softball. Saturday being Dexter for a game that was supposed to happen a while ago, but it didn't happen. As PCHS Dexter baseball 4:15 pregame for both games.
And excited for those indeed. That ball's driven out to left. Good opportunity there. Ball's going to be caught.
Coach Speed wanted
yeah, that could have been a tag opportunity.
Yeah, I think he wanted Ferry to tag up, but he was halfway down, so he couldn't get back in time to tag up and score that run.
That ball was hit hard too.
It was a tough one to judge. It was definitely a smash there. Nice play by the left fielder.
Way to pick himself up out there for Higgins. You know, he had a chance on that deep ball by Ferry before, although that was very well hit, but able to pick himself up there, and the run didn't cross the plate, so. That's going to be Allen on the hit there. Pop up to the first baseman. Not caught, but he eventually did tag the base. Allen didn't quite run that one out, but 2 runs scored in the top of the 5th for the Red Devils. Keeps them alive for the moment, and the Ponies chance to add some more here as we go towards the bottom of the 5th.
Sluggers baseball and softball training offers a variety of classes and leagues to expose you to a wider view of the game. Sluggers leads the way in baseball and softball training with industry-leading technology such as HitTrax that combines a traditional batting cage experience with modern analytics, all from the virtual diamond of your favorite ballpark. Check out Sluggers today on Facebook, schedule online, or call 207-951-2250 to start your journey with the best training staff around. Excellence starts at Sluggers. Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center is a practice that specializes in treating a variety of different conditions. We treat patients daily who suffer from chronic lower back and neck pain, headaches, repetitive stress disorders, work injuries, sports injuries, and more. Dr. Rick and our entire team at Ames Chiropractic are excited to welcome you to our brand new Bangor office located at 43 Longview Drive, right behind Olive Garden. Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center, helping you to naturally feel and be your very best.
Welcome back here to Foxcroft Academy. It's been an exciting one so far. A lot of runs scored, most of them for the Ponies, as they have an 11 spot on the scoreboard out there and in front of your screen. And 2 runs added that inning, though, for in the top of that inning and for the Red Devils. Able to strike a little bit back, and it makes you wonder, I mean, if they hadn't left all those runners on base early on in this one, where they had 6 runners left on base in the opening, what was it, 3 innings there?
Yeah, 2 each of the first, and runners in scoring, but the second, third, runners the second, third.
Yeah.
Second inning was second, third, no outs, and they couldn't get one home.
They did capitalize that inning, though, and, you know, it is later in the game, but never say never. And if you're the Ponies, you know, you put up a couple runs here, you got an opportunity to send this one home.
Yeah, they scored 3 runs here. The game's over. They can walk it off in the 5th inning with a 12-run win, but Central, they got 2 that inning, so they're thinking, hey, we'll shut them down and make a comeback that's going to be talked about.
And you can't really think about that. All you got to think about is try to put some quality at-bats together, string those together, and see what you can do and let the rest just fall into place. There was a mound visit last inning out to Smith, top of this inning, to talk to Smith a little bit, settle him down, and it appeared to work. They got out of the inning quickly after, so. That ball thrown over the top there.
Again, both of these teams are in action against a tough team tomorrow. Ponies host Old Town, while Central plays Bucksport at home tomorrow. So a lot of action for these teams. And
busy week. Nice pitch there. Yeah, busy weeks, and a lot of sports to be watched, a lot of sports to be played.
The one positive you can take, Ferry really didn't throw a lot of pitches, so he'd come back Friday if they want him to, and to pitch one of those games Friday.
That he could, as Richard's going to advance to first on the walk there.
Walk each of his last 2 plate appearances, has Richard. Whoa.
I think he could try to get a little too overzealous there. They're going to call him safe. I'm not quite sure how. I looked down to write down on my score sheet, but
the Central defender kind of knew he was safe too, because he went back and tried to tag him. So
I tried to tag him again.
Yeah, so he knew he missed him, or what.
There was a little bit of a conversation between the umpire and the pitcher right there. It's always an interesting dynamic when you place the umpire closer to the pitcher, when they're not always best friends out here, and depending on the call. But Richard, heads up play. Good job by the first base coach. Noticed something there, sent him over to second. You don't see that super often, but definitely a play that gets made in high school baseball and professional baseball alike every now and again, and we saw it work out right there. Now, next thing you know, you have a runner in scoring position. That fly ball is played out to left. Good chance on it out there. Dropped out in left field. Runner's not going to advance, though. That's probably a situation where you go halfway and just see what happens, but...
That's the 4th error of the game for the Red Devils. I'm sure that's going to be a topic of conversation for Coach Speed, and want to clean that up. Is again, a tough matchups coming up. Bucksport and Orono they still have this week, and got to clean that defense up a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. When you come into a big week and you want to set the tone right, as that ball is going to be hit out, going to fall down to right field. Richard's going to round third, headed to the plate. Play at second as well.
So hit an RBI for Knapp. He's got 2 RBIs this game.
That he does, and now I guess so to speak. Oh, that actually ends the game, Mark. I think
it's a 10-run rule. Sorry, it's a 10-run rule.
We had our numbers off. We thought it was a 12-run rule.
It's a 12-run rule, a 10-run rule. Okay, that's 12-2 is going to be the final there, Zach. And
there's a whole lot of people watching this wondering what we were talking about right there.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But
I was thinking the same thing.
But Knapp with the walk-off hit there sends the Ponies to a win. They moved to 6-5, so impressive win for them. And
it ended a little bit quicker than I thought. I didn't have time to collect my thoughts there. But, I mean, what more is there to say? You had a Ponies team that really put solid contact on the ball today, and that's really what made the difference. There were errors, and we saw one in left field that didn't advance a runner, but, it added a couple more to the base paths, and it just was constant pressure today, and it was pressure that the Red Devils were just not able to answer. And errors, a couple walks, and next thing you know, the Ponies are putting solid bat to the ball, and that's what you get.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously the story of the game is the offense, but let's not overlook Anthony Smith. Complete game effort, got the win. It's a little bit easier to pitch when you get a lot of runs, but he did just that. It's also easy to let the other team back in the game too if you're a little wild or whatnot. And he didn't do that. He made the key pitches at the right times, and kudos to him. And
high pressure situations.
Yeah, and Knapp had 2 RBIs. Higgins, the DH, see why he's a DH. He got reached base 3 times and scored 3 runs. Just a good overall performance, and for the 6-5 Ponies as they go into tomorrow's game against Old Town on a high note.
That they do, and a lot of baseball to be played. We have a lot more coming up for you. You can check out our full schedule on our social media pages, on our website alike, Eastern Maine Sports Media, Eastern Maine Sports. And we thank you for joining us. Sorry that we thought it was a 12-run rule instead of a 10-run rule. I don't know why that was crossing our minds, but thank you for everyone that joined us. Thank you very much to Jackie, the athletic director here at Foxcroft Academy, for being able to interview with us during that 3rd inning of action. And stay tuned for more coming from Eastern Maine Sports Media.
Yep, thank you everybody for joining us.